Excellency, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, and there's a few boys and girls here as well. I'll be right in a sec. 44% of all the crews in Bomber Command were lost. Fortunately, one of those crews that operated out of Driffield, Yorkshire in RAAF Squadrons 466 and 462 managed to get to the target 34 times and returned, suffering only minor injuries and damage from the enemy flak guns. Today I'm here to talk about that crew and more specifically about my dad, Ron Hickey. The crew consisted of the tail gunner, Maury Draper, mid-upper gunner, Hugh McClelland, the engineer, an Englishman, Lofty Deshane, the pilot, Ronald Hickey, wireless operator, Lenny Rowe, navigator, Jock Cockram, bomb aimer, Bill Wood. Ronald Roy Hickey, recipient of the DFC and French Legion of Honour, was my father, and he delivered this address a few years back. He died just before his 95th birthday in September 2017. So today I've been given the honour to speak on his behalf and of his crew. So let me take you back. In 1934, a very shy 12-year-old boy attending the state school at Kilcoy was asked by his teacher what he wanted to do when he grew up. And he replied, "I want to fly aeroplanes, sir." To which the smirking teacher responded, "Fly aeroplanes? You'll never fly aeroplanes, Hickey." That shy little boy went on to amass approximately 30,000 hours in the air as an excellent pilot, captain and check captain. Those who worked with him in TAA after the war affectionately changed his name from R.R. Hickey to Rolls-Royce Hickey because he was constantly looking for perfection. Dad volunteered, and he loved to accentuate that, he volunteered in 1942. And after cramming 2 years of maths and physics into 6 months because he finished school in grade 8, he was selected for pilot training, and on completion of his course on Tiger Moths at Narrandera in New South Wales, he was assessed as an average pilot who needs to cultivate more dash. Well, once again, a challenge was issued and accepted, because whilst flying a twin-engine Avro Anson on a cross-country exercise out of Bundaberg, he altered his logbook, creating enough time to buzz his hometown of Monto. For those of you who don't know what buzz means, it's to fly very low and scare a lot of people. Anyway, he caused quite a stir, frightening many folks, not the least of which was his mother. But lucky for Dad, the official aircraft spotter for the town was the local station master, who happened to be his father. He got away with it. Or did he? Some months later, when his younger brother was being interviewed for possible pilot selection, the officiating officer said, "Desmond Hickey from Monto. Are you the brother of Ron Hickey who buzzed Monto a few months ago?" "Yes, sir," came the nervous response. Well, perhaps he did get away with it after all because of this display of extra dash. Dad left Australia about May 43, and whilst en route to the UK, awaiting passage across the Atlantic, he was selected to attend a function in the Rockefeller Building in New York, where a plaque honouring the Australian involvement in the war was unveiled by Eleanor Roosevelt, the wife of the US President. Meeting the First Lady was probably the greatest highlight of his time in the USA. Then on to England. So before training recommenced in late August 43 in England, he learned his older brother Dudley, a Beaufighter pilot, had been killed in action off Sicily. Dad had hoped to meet up with him in London. This understandably had a profound impact on him, and all he could think of was the effect this tragedy was having on his family, and particularly his mother. And he vowed to do all in his power to survive the war for her sake. Training continued on Oxfords, and he spent a lot of time with his famous mate from Queensland, Joe Herman. Some of you would know who that is. Then in January 1944, on to twin-engine Wellingtons with his new crew.